Welcome to Littleton Common and winter. I'm Barbara McRae.
And I'm Bob Spinozzi.
And we're glad you could join us today. Well, the holidays are here, and so is the cold weather, but this is New England. What else do we expect? Hot, hot summer and maybe a cold, cold winter? And Bob, you go to Maine a lot, so...
Yeah, 75 miles from here, though. It's Algonquin. Mm-hmm. And actually, you bring up a good question. And Maine is huge.
Yeah.
It's actually 320 miles long.
Oh.
So I know when we're, in Algonquin watching the morning news, the Portland TV stations have to cover the whole state. Mm-hmm. So they do talk about the whole state. Here, our local stations are pretty much within Nashua and the Worcester Hills. And they might just touch on the western states, but it's a huge state.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So when you go up there, do you ski?
I don't ski anymore. No, I've tried it, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't go north.
Well, I did a little, but ice skating was my thing when I was in high school. We always used to go ice skating just for fun.
This is growing up in Connecticut.
Yes. And Alan's from North Carolina, so he had never been on a sled. And when we started dating, I put him on a sled with me, and the old sled where you use your feet to maneuver. Poor guy.
To steer it, right.
He couldn't believe what was happening to him. I sat him in front of me, and I had my legs on the steering, and we were missing trees and everything, but, we didn't even...
But you had a good time.
Yeah, we had a good time, but remember, we didn't use helmets, we didn't use seat belts.
No.
But kids, don't try this without the right gear. That was then, and this is now. Well, it looks like the town has awakened to the needs of the seniors. Town meeting was a joy to attend this time. The voices were there asking us to vote for articles that pertain to the senior housing and future of Littleton seniors. And that includes you young folks, and thank you for the yes votes. Seniors don't grow bolder with time. We have seen them grow silent when it comes to their important needs. Don't make waves. The boldness we hear is for common things. What happened to the voices we used when we were young? I think we elders are waking up and realizing we have to speak for ourselves. Now there are younger voices speaking for us too, and thank you. We here at the Council on Aging are here for the seniors, as are the town fathers. So watch for progress in housing and senior needs. Maybe a senior center. We aren't the only ones who need attention. Today, my guests are here from Loaves and Fishes. And what a great organization. It helps so many in need. So stay with us when later in the show, we visit with Patricia Stern and Scott Lewis. The Friends of the Council on Aging are hosting a Silver Bells and Snowflakes luncheon at the Townhouse Multipurpose Room on Wednesday, December 6th at noon. We will be serving a light lunch with soup and sandwich. And it's catered by the Littleton Cafe. And if you have had lunch there, then you know you won't want to miss our soup and sandwich holiday celebration. The high school chorus will entertain us, and we are delighted to have them. Andrea has welcomed us seniors to Littleton Cafe every Tuesday at lunch with a hefty sandwich, and that's at $3 per person. And that's a true treat, Bob.
Good deal, yeah.
Yes, I've gone, and they're huge. And
she's done a great job there, too, by the way.
Yeah, and so we're happy to have her cater for us for this luncheon. Make sure you sign up for our Friends of the COA December 6th, free lunch at noon in the multipurpose room. And make sure you call 978-540-2470. Just a note that all of the Friends luncheons are on Wednesdays. And that's because we share the multipurpose room with other programs. We reserve the room at the beginning of the season for the year. Our next fun luncheon date will be on January 10th. Find your 50s clothes and your yearbooks. February 14th is the Valentine's Luncheon, so mark your calendars for both of these. We are still looking for someone to manage the thrift shop's overloaded storage room. Now, I am not retiring, Bob. People think I'm retiring. I'm retiring from working in the storage room. I still intend to help with the shop and decorate it and work part-time when they need me. But the storage room is huge, and it needs younger folks to organize it and bring clothes donations in and out. If you have time and like to organize, we need you. So drop in and talk to us. Even do it with a friend.
Yeah, and of course I've been in the storage room, and it's a full-time job.
Yeah, it is. And I'm getting older, okay? The Senior Diner is open to seniors for lunch Monday through Friday and costs just $2 to enjoy a meal. And you can visit with other diners. It probably costs you more to make a lunch at home, so give the diner a try. And manager Gail Dalton is looking forward to seeing you. Right, Gail?
Well, hello, Barbara. Yes, we're in the month of December now, so Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. We're busy, so just everybody getting ready for the holidays and coming off Thanksgiving. So on December 6th, that is a Wednesday, the Friends will be hosting their Silver Bells and Snowflake Luncheon, and you need to call up ASAP to reserve your seat. I think they're having some people singing Christmas carols and everything like that. On Wednesday is the December birthday luncheon, which, as usual, Minuteman pays for your lunch, and the COA provides a beautiful cake. But I was just talking to Tina Mater, and I have decided that December is going to be our last birthday month because, unfortunately, we haven't had a very healthy turnout. People call and they don't show up, so I can count on one hand how many times we've actually had a birthday celebration where poor Tina's running downstairs to take pictures of everybody and there's no one there. They don't show up. So December's the last month, so all you December birthdays, please show up because we'll do it special. Also, Thursday the 14th is the ladies' breakfast, and then the following week, Wednesday the 20th is the men's breakfast, and of course on Christmas Day, that Monday will be closed. Also, on the last Wednesday of every month is the Veterans Lunch. It's on the last Wednesday. So that Wednesday, the 27th, will be the Veterans Lunch. So hope to see you guys in December, and Happy New Year.
Thanks. I love this time of year and all the craft shows and the fairs, and they have homemade jellies and pies. And the annual town holiday bazaar was busy on December 2nd. There is always so many town organizations showing their wares. One was our own Loving Stitches group. They work together every Monday at the COA in room 233. They're chatting and knitting, and they are a busy, busy bunch of gals and have made some beautiful things, and I can't wait to hear how they did. The thrift shop volunteers had a Christmas decoration sale at the COA on December 1st and 2nd. We filled 2 rooms with ornaments and decorations donated by anyone wanting to downsize. Some things were old and some were new, but all were ready to go to a new home to be appreciated by a new family. And it was a busy day.
Now, we have quite a few seniors living in Littleton's mobile home community. The Northeast Justice Center, a civil and legal organization, is hosting a Know Your Rights Living in a Mobile Home Community. Now, this program will be held on Wednesday, December 6th, 5:30 p.m. at the Littleton COA. Who is legally responsible for paying to replace your oil storage tank or supplying maintenance and repairing equipment and systems for basic utilities that include heat to your home site? Under what circumstances does the operation have a right to enter your lot and or home and are responsible for repairing the damage to your driveway? Any of these questions, call the COA office at 978-540-2470 and come to this informative presentation. Get to know your rights.
Have you heard of the Purple Table reservations? This is a new training program for folks with memory impairment or another impairment that make it difficult to eat out in a crowded or loud restaurant. The Purple Table Reservation is a new initiative that tries to make it easier and more enjoyable to get out. The Purple Table ensures that you and your loved ones will be assisted by staff who have been trained to understand and accommodate different needs. Locally, there are 2 restaurants so far, and they offer these needs. The Red Raven, Nagant Park in Acton, and Rapscallion Table and Tap, Strawberry Hill, Acton. So learn more at purpletables.com. And do you use Facebook? Most people do these days, and if so, Littleton Elder and Human Services and the Friends of the COA have a Facebook page. You can catch up on information, activities, and friends, and connect on Facebook.com. If you aren't sure how to get on Facebook, Bill Vale's classes help you get up close and personal with your computer. Check in and see what you can learn. These classes are every Thursday at 10:30 in room 230. December 7th is Data Backup Strategies. December 14th, Moving Email Systems, Moving Contacts, Address Book, and Notifying People and Websites. The Friends Book Buddy program has been such a success because it connects the kindergarten children with our seniors. They go once a month to Shaker Lane School and meet with Michelle Barth and her kindergarten class. We are assigned 1 or 2 buddies each and read stories together. The dates are always a Friday from 10:30 to 11:45. If you're interested, please call the COA office 540-2470. Leave your name, your number, and email address, and someone will get back to you. The children really enjoy our visits, so come and join us. Here's something else you seniors might want to enjoy. It's the Cannon Theater's A Christmas Carol radio show. An anonymous patron has purchased 20 tickets to this show to benefit seniors over the age of 65 who may not be able to otherwise attend a theatrical show. This is not for families, friends, or neighbors, but exclusively for seniors. A Christmas Carol is one of our favorite stories, and this one is being done as a radio show reminiscent of the 1930s and 40s. The experience is that of being in a broadcast studio. Actors will be doing multiple voices of characters, sponsor commercials, sound effects, and a quartet of singers. Any senior interested should contact Tina Mater at 540-2472 or Nicole Lawrenson at 540-2475 for tickets. The date is December 9th at 1 p.m. at the Cannon Theater, 410 Great Road in Littleton. This is Alan's favorite story.
Yeah.
Yeah, every year I buy him a book of the Christmas Carol, a different book. And we have to watch the whole thing on television.
I watch it every year, too. The Dickens classic actually was first printed in 1803. My favorite version was made, the movie version, rather, was made in 1938.
Uh-huh.
I love that movie. I've written it down here somewhere.
Do you remember who was
started?
in it?
Reginald Owens
Oh,
played Scrooge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There have been many other movies, too, but that happens to be my favorite one.
I think that's Alan's, too. He likes the original.
Yeah, but this is a great way of doing it, the radio format.
I like that. I think I'd
Yeah.
like to see that.
Yeah, I would, too.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give them a call and see.
Okay. We won't be getting the free tickets, but we'll
I know.
We'll pay our fee.
We don't care. We'll pay for it. It's special. It's a Christmas present.
Exactly.
Next, on Thursday, December 14th, Park and Rec will take you to the Boston Pops Holiday Concert. You will depart from Littleton Town Office Building parking lot early in the morning. Lunch will be at the Venezia restaurant overlooking the harbor and off to the 4 p.m. matinee performance from first balcony seats. You'll arrive home at 7 p.m., but please call Park and Rec 540 2490 for reservations and information.
You know, I just want to mention the Pops. I've actually only seen them once in my life in Lowell, of all places.
Huh.
They had one performance at the Lowell Convention Center.
They are great, though, aren't they?
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah, well, there's another thing we'll have to look into. We're going to be busy, too.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Yeah. Lots of entertainment this month with the Cannon Theaters, A Christmas Carol, Park and Rec's Boston Pops concert, and then the Holiday Song Fest with Ramblin' Richard performing an array of well-known and beloved Christmas songs. You'll know them all. And Richard also has interesting and little-known stories about how the songs came about and how they related to the life and times in America. Join Richard on December 20th at 11 a.m. in the Townhouse Multi-Purpose Room for this holiday program. You know, I want to mention that sometimes I say, come to the Townhouse, sometimes I say, come to the town office building.
Yeah.
It's the same building. It's just that you call it, you know, a different name, townhouse or town office building.
I always called it the Townhouse, and starting probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I called it what I think it's supposed to be called, the town offices. You know, just.
But, you know,
Yeah.
I like townhouse.
Yeah.
I think that sounds
Yeah, sure, go for it.
neato.
Go for it.
So if you see townhouse or if you see town office building, remember it's the same building on
Same thing,
Shattuck
same
Street.
thing.
There will be no movie in December. It's time for a holiday break, but we hope to see you next year, and that's January. There will be a crafts group in December, though. Anita Harding will show us the many uses of decorating with buttons. You know, I have jars of buttons, and why? Why am I saving them? I don't know, but they're kind of fun to have, I guess. Anyway, bring your buttons if you have some, and join everyone on December 27th at 1 p.m. in the first floor multi-purpose room. We're using that room a lot this month. So get some Christmas fun and call the COA office and sign up. And if you would like one of Shirley Jenner's chair massages after this busy month, you'd better sign up right away because this is a popular program and it fills up fast. Dates are January 8th and 22nd, February 5th and 26th, and March 12th and 26th. The cost is only $3, and that's by appointment only. So call 540-2470. You know, the thrift shop is bursting with winter clothing. We have a closet full of winter coats. Take a look at the best styles and colors, parkas, wool coats, sweaters, and slacks, and all at unbelievable prices. So stop in any Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Second floor, town office building, Shattuck Street. The town's office building will be closed Christmas Day, the 26th, as will the COA diner. And Monday, New Year's Day, January 1st, the senior diner and town offices are closed. Now stay with us for our friends from Loaves and Fishes, Patricia Stern and Scott Lewis. Today, my guests are Patricia Stern, Executive Director of Loaves and Fishes Food Pantry. She's been there since 2008. And Scott Lewis, a member of the Board of Directors since 2014. In 1983, Loaves and Fishes began as an all-volunteer hot meal program and soon became a prepackaged grocery bag donation effort for residents of Ayer, Devens, Groton, Harvard, Littleton, and Shirley. Loaves and Fishes went from an emergency assistance program to serving regular clients. After moves from local churches, the pantry moved to its current location at 234 Barnum Avenue, Devens. This organization has gone from serving 50 households to 500, and I'm sure the numbers are growing. So welcome to both of you. Patricia, I want to know how you got started with Loaves and Fishes.
Sure. Actually, my time began back in 2008 when I found myself out of a job and happened to look on the Chamber of Commerce website, and there was an opening, and I thought, well, I'll try.
Yeah.
And little did I know, within a few months, I would be their executive director, and ever since I have totally enjoyed it. I feel as though it's my calling to be here.
Excellent. Well, I just said that you went from 50 to 500, but is that a correct number now? Because
Actually, we're growing a little bit. For the last couple of years, we've had about 800 families, which represents just about 2,000 individuals in the 6 towns that we serve.
Oh, okay. And Scott, you are with Loaves and Fishes,
I am,
so what got you over there?
Well, the board members are volunteers, but I started as a different kind of volunteer. I started by donating food, like many people in our communities do, and sometimes donating money. And then I got involved with helping with the marketing and some of the other activities in the pantry as a volunteer. And as often happens when you do good work, you get invited to become more of a volunteer. And so I did become a member of the board in 2014 and have happily been serving in that role. And it's an exciting time. The board has recently launched a new strategic plan that we'll probably talk about in a little while here, and good things are happening. Unfortunately, there's still plenty of people that need our help, which is not a good, we're the kind of business that would love to go out of business because nobody needed the help, but that's not the case. So we're delighted to be doing as much as we can for those families.
And as doing as much as you can, you also need more people to help, right? You mentioned volunteering, and so many of us do enjoy volunteering, and then we get caught up in what we're doing, and we want to do more, and then they ask us to do more. But you always need more volunteers, and especially now that it seems to be growing. So how do you do that? I mean, how does someone volunteer?
It's actually very simple. Right now we have over 300 active volunteers, not all of them there on any one given day when our pantry is open, but they're serving in many, many different roles, such as Scott. He started earlier on in our marketing area, and we're hanging on to him with that because he's bringing some wonderful things to us. And then he grew into a committee member and a board member. Others come to us and they like to work in the back room, and they like to receive donations, sort them, stock the shelves. Others prefer the personal contact with the clients, and we certainly have many roles for that. But there's lots of things that happen behind the scenes as well. Folks that drive to area grocery stores and pick up groceries for us, folks who work on our finance committee, our personnel committee, a number of other efforts such as that. And it's really very simple to become a volunteer. You give us a call, we schedule you in for an information session, which is basically a tour of the pantry and an opportunity to hear about the many ways that you can volunteer at the pantry. And then you go home and you think about it and you figure out what works in your schedule and what sounds good to you. And then you come on board.
Well, that's great.
There's a couple of things about Loaves and Fishes volunteering that I think makes Loaves and Fishes different. I've volunteered in many organizations, and there's some where you show up and they tell you that they'd love to have all your help, and then that's the end of the story. And they kind of expect you're going to show up and figure out how to help.
Right.
Most volunteers need a little more guidance than that. So these information sessions and then working with other people who are already actively volunteering is a way to help people get off the ground and engaged and start well with the pantry. But the other thing that's really interesting is we have roles where people volunteer once a year for example, for the Thanksgiving food distribution or the December holidays food distribution. And that's what they do. And we have other volunteers that are there multiple times a week, every single week, hundreds of hours a year. So there's room for everybody, whether they can give a little or a lot of their time, which is kind of different than some organizations.
So all they would have to do anyway is just call you if they were, say they were a volunteer, and you're saying some of them volunteer many, many hours. So you're not saying to them, well, you can't come in 5 hours, you can't, or you just say, we need you. And that's great. And right now, of course, you're needing them because of Thanksgiving, and well, Thanksgiving is gone, but Christmas, and helping to deliver food, or
Certainly to pick up food from various locations, to help us sort it, stock it, help us during the actual holiday dinner distribution, where we provide all of the fixings for an individual's holiday meal.
oh, what date is that?
That is on the 18th of December.
Okay.
Coming up soon.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just wondered, while you were saying that, I was thinking, I'm going through my calendar. What's the date? And if we have time. But it's a good thing for them to know. And
Yes, it is.
so tell me, you're saying that you had a strategic plan?
We do. Scott, did you want to?
This is something new?
It is actually. So the Pantry has been doing a wonderful job for so long helping people in the community. There's volunteers that have been with the Pantry for 30 plus years, and then there's obviously newer volunteers as well. And because the mission is relatively simple and clear, it's always done well. It's a pretty well appreciated, I think, nonprofit in the area. It's well supported by donors and volunteers, as we've been talking about. But at the same time, it had been a while since we thought about those things and what is it that we're trying to do. And so we had a committee led by another board member and made up of many people from the community, from volunteers, from staff, et cetera, who came together and they did some research and they did some surveys and some meetings to have some conversations with people. And really what they found was, as much as it's satisfying to solve the hunger problems and the food insecurity problems of those 800 families and 2,000 individuals, we're not reaching everybody that needs our help. There's more. And so we decided to do something about that. So we sort of refocused. Our focus always has been on food, but we refocused on food insecurity. And food insecurity is really the combination of not having consistent access to nutritious food. So it's not just hunger. Hunger can be solved at a fast food restaurant.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with our fast food restaurants. They support us and we like them. But you can't have all your meals there and be healthy. And so we focus on food insecurity because it's really both of those pieces, the hunger, but also nutrition. So it's about their health and well-being and reaching enough of the people that need our help. We have an aging population in this area. And so we have clients who aren't going to get a new job next month or next year and no longer face food insecurity. They're on fixed incomes for the rest of their lives. And so that changes the dynamic a little bit. We see a little more turnover inside those 800 families. There were more new families last year than there were the year before, even though the total was about the same. So the good news is some obviously had a better situation and didn't need help, but then still more did. So we set out on a mission to refocus the Pantry on addressing food insecurity and reaching more of those people that need our services but maybe haven't heard about us yet or for some reason aren't comfortable coming in. So a lot of that is about communications and outreach, and we're on a 3-year cycle now to implement the strategic plan and ramp those things up.
Well, also knowing that other people are in need, oftentimes you do have people who are afraid to come in because they don't want people to know that they're in need. And that's really too bad because it's there for them.
Yes.
So use it. I mean, nobody's going to come out and say, why did you come and, why do you think you need it so badly? It's important that, like you say, you're helping the hunger part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so you get donations of food. And do you ask for any particular kind, or do you just take whatever, or?
We accept anything that comes through the door. Obviously, we all go to the grocery store. Anything that you would purchase at the grocery store for yourself or your family, we could use at the pantry. So there are no restrictions. We ask you to look at our website and take a peek at our most needed list. That'll include food items that we're running a little bit short on. It'll also include personal care items because those items are very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Toothpaste, toothbrushes, shampoo, personal hygiene things.
Nice.
So we encourage all of those donations at the pantry.
Do you have a freezer?
We do. We have a walk-in freezer and a walk-in refrigerator. But as part of our strategic plan, one of the things that we want to do is increase access to food and get the word out so more people are coming to us. So the refrigeration that we have and the configuration that we have in the pantry won't suit that. It won't allow us to grow the way we want to. So one of the things in our strategic plan is to hopefully, within the next year or so, build a new exterior walk-in cooler freezer unit which will accommodate more freshly frozen meats, produce that comes to us from many, many different areas in our community, and allow us to distribute those nutritious items and increase the amount that we distribute to our families.
We're fortunate that we've been receiving more fresh food donations. We have farms that grow for us.
Right.
The Littleton Community Farm donates a CSA share to the pantry, things like that. which are wonderful, but they do create a different storage need than we've had in the past. And so the increased refrigeration for produce and freezer for the frozen meats is an important part of being able to serve those, not only the additional clients that we're hoping to reach, but even the existing clients as we shift to that healthier mix of nutritious food. And so it's an important part of the plan.
You're going to need a bigger place, much bigger. Well, you know, I hate to say that. I wish I could say you don't need a bigger place because it would mean there's less people.
Absolutely.
But if people in need, the numbers grow, hopefully you'll have that space to, you know, be able to help everyone.
Right. Our board has already begun thinking about that, and as an interim measure, we are taking a look at the actual floor plan of our existing facility on Barnum Road and trying to see what we could do to improve the flow and make it a safer, more pleasant experience for our clients. So that's an interim step, and certainly long range, perhaps 8 to 10 years out, we will be looking for a new home.
Unless we don't need to.
Unless
Yes, unless you, that would
be
be
wonderful.
nice.
Yes.
That would
Yes.
be nice. So you have, don't you have something going on around the holiday that people can come in and buy Christmas gifts, or no?
Actually, we do currently. We have Shop for Your Kids and Shop for Your Parents, both wonderful programs. They are run by a separate team of volunteers, two separate teams. They're wonderful groups of folks. And yes, they do provide toys and gifts for the parents to come and choose for their children. And the Shop for Your Parents program allows the children to come in, have breakfast with their family, and shop for gifts for their parents as well.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you look for different types of donations for that?
Yes, everything is new for all of those programs, and if you take a look at our website, you will in fact see the contact people for those programs, and we certainly encourage you to contact them and see exactly what they could use.
Oh, that's good too. So I want to make sure that we get every single thing people need to know about Loaves and Fishes because, you know, I was visiting there recently and was listening to some things that you were talking about, and I left there thinking, wow, this, you know, sometimes you know about an organization, but you don't pay attention.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, well, Loaves and Fishes, that's, oh, you volunteer for Loaves and Fishes, how nice, you know, but you don't really get to the heart of it, and that's what that is to me, the heart of what's going on there.
Yeah. There's some important numbers, I think, that preface that sort of story. So I said we're not reaching all the people we need to reach. When you look at the census data for the 6 towns that we work in, there's almost 6,000 households that don't make $75,000 as a household, which is the average cost of living in our 6 towns.
Yeah.
There's almost 4,000 that don't even reach the $50,000 level. And again, where we happen to live, they're living below the cost of living. And there are a large number of families, about 3,000 families, that are living below the poverty level, the federal poverty level. And so we said that we're reaching about 2,000 people. I think I misspoke and said 3,000 families. There's 3,000 individuals below the poverty level. So even if you use poverty, which is a pretty low cutoff, there's 1,000 people that probably need our help that we're not reaching.
Yeah.
And if you use the cost of living for people that may not need our help every week or every month, but might need it from time to time when the car breaks or something else goes wrong and the payments just stack up, there's even far more people that could benefit from coming to the pantry. So certainly we invite those people, if they're watching, to be aware of the pantry and come explore us. It's a very easy environment to approach. There's no income requirement. You just need to be a member of the 6 towns that we serve and come take advantage of the services. And we hope to make that an even easier experience. As Patty said, speeding up the flow, for example. We think there's maybe some clients we've lost because it takes a little too long to get through the process. You know, these people have lives and need to get to a job or get to a job interview or take care of their children. And so one of the things we're trying to do is just make the process flow more smoothly and quickly so people can address the other issues that we all experience in our lives.
If I could just add on to that, I think Scott touched on a very, very important piece. We want folks to come to the pantry whenever they're experiencing even the smallest bit of a financial difficulty. Don't wait until your house is in foreclosure. Don't wait until you can no longer run your car because you couldn't afford the necessary repairs.
Right.
Come and see us. The hardest thing will be getting out of your car in our parking lot, getting to the door. But I guarantee you that once you come through the door, you will be greeted with kindness and respect. There's total confidentiality. When we as staff members or volunteers see our clients out in the community, we will never make the first step. We will never take the first opportunity to say hello. We will react if they choose to acknowledge us.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Well, do they have to make an appointment?
They do not have to make an appointment. That's the neat thing about the pantry. You just come in, present your proof of residency to prove that you are from one of our communities, and it's as simple as that.
How can we get the information out there even more so? I mean, we're talking, we should know about Loaves and Fishes, okay. And you're there, and you're wanting people to come, and you have a newsletter, and you have people out there, probably even volunteers, talking about it. How can you get the information out there better?
I think one important piece is what we're doing today. By you folks allowing Scott and I to visit with you and get the word out via the cable TV channel, I think that's key. If any of the readers or listeners out there can stop and think and pause, if they need help or if their neighbors, family members, friends, folks they know in the community need help, please encourage them to come to us, because even though you might not be volunteering, you are all ambassadors for us to help us get that word out.
That's good.
Absolutely. We do also have we have a client outreach team that works with our marketing committee that has worked to get content into the schools, into doctors' offices, and various other places. We have coin canisters at a lot of retail establishments in the 6 towns where they're gracious and they allow us to collect some spare change from people as they're checking out, which generates actually about $7,000 a year in donations for the pantry.
Good.
But at the same time, hanging on the front of every one of those coin canisters is a little business card for a potential client.
Okay.
Who might need help to understand what services are available and how to come find out about us. So we continue to find more and more ways to reach. We're doing more with social media. And of course, our newsletter, when it goes out in print, goes to all the mailboxes. And then it also goes out electronically to our email list several times a year.
Okay.
So we do try lots of ways to reach, but this is another avenue, and we continue to look for more avenues. But the most important avenue really is neighbors helping neighbors. And that's true whether you're donating, volunteering, or you know that there's a neighbor near that needs our help, that you could perhaps make more aware of our services and that it's not a scary thing to go through.
Right.
That's actually a good segue into one of our newest programs, which is about 2 years old now, our Neighborhood Food Project. I don't know if you've heard about that. It's the power of one green bag. And this program was begun a number of years ago on the West Coast, and it's slowly traveling across the country to the East Coast. 2 or 3 years ago, actually it was closer to 4 years ago, I think, our friends in Groton heard about this concept of the Neighborhood Food Project and decided that they were going to start a neighborhood in Groton. And they were totally successful. Currently, now after 4 years in operation, they have about 20 to 30 neighborhoods. And what a neighborhood is it can be your own residential neighborhood, it can be your business neighborhood, it can be your friends, your family. You can define neighborhood as you wish. And then what we provide is a reusable, recyclable green bag, a cloth bag, the power of one green bag. And there are neighborhood coordinators in each neighborhood.
Okay.
The coordinators deliver a green bag to you, to your home, or whatever your neighborhood is. And over the course of 2 months, we ask you to put whatever you can in that bag. So when you go grocery shopping on the weekends or whenever you shop, we ask you to buy a can of soup for you and a can of soup for Loaves and Fishes. Fill that bag up, and after 2 months, your neighborhood coordinator will come to your home on a posted Saturday, pick up your bag and deliver it to the pantry. So Groton was so successful that a couple of years ago, we decided to learn from them, and they were wonderful mentors and teachers, and we now have neighborhoods in all of the other communities. And we are growing leaps and bounds. It is a program, it's so easy to participate in. It's something that your entire family can work on and really feel good about. It brings in about 3,000 pounds of food to us every month, which is critical to us because it keeps our shelves filled throughout the year. You're probably not surprised to learn that during the holidays, folks always think about the pantry, and it's a feel-good thing to contribute some groceries to the pantry, and we absolutely appreciate that. but we all eat 52 weeks a year.
Yeah.
So this neighborhood food project allows us to keep those shelves stocked during the summertime when folks are on vacation, or January, February, March when folks are just hunkering down in their homes because they're cold. So we would encourage the residents of Littleton, if you are not already part of a neighborhood, perhaps you might think about starting one. It's a very interesting program, and I can guarantee you will feel wonderful about
Well,
your
you've got me.
contribution.
You've got me. Okay.
Excellent. I'll give you a green bag before I leave.
I need a green bag.
Okay.
Okay, everybody in my neighborhood, get ready.
It is a wonderful program, and the key to success is a neighborhood coordinator who's willing to rally their neighbors.
Yeah.
And they're not doing a lot more work than their neighbors in terms of actually donating food. They're just getting the bags distributed and making them aware so that they get picked up at the right time, and then arranging to get them to the pantry. And so if someone's neighborhood is not participating and they're interested, they can certainly contact the pantry. We'll put them in touch with our coordinator of the overall program and get them some information to decide if and when they want to start doing it.
It's a very small commitment, if I may, too. It's only about an hour or two of your time every 2 months. So
Do you have a green bag with you?
I'll make sure you have one.
I'm thinking, what I was thinking was I could have my grandson kind of do this, because it would also show him how to help people too. I'm sitting here thinking of these things right now. Yeah,
good.
I know my neighbors are all going to be. They're probably on their way to the store.
Oh, there you go.
And
I
there's-
hope.
And children are a wonderful
Yes.
way to get them involved and appreciate sort of doing service. And so the
Right.
Littleton Middle School does a food drive for us. The Shirley Scouts do a huge food drive for us. So it's not just the postal worker food drive that we all see and we do appreciate. We have these other drives that happen where kids are a major component of collecting the food, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, it is. It's special. It is a special program, the Loaves and Fishes. Is there anything else that we haven't mentioned that you really want to tell folks about?
I think the important two things that I would leave with is that if you need help, please come and see us. Again, it's most difficult to walk through the door, but once you get in, it's a wonderful experience. We can help you through some difficult times.
Yeah.
And I guess the second thing I would like to say is thank you to the community, Littleton in particular, because we're on Littleton Cable right now, but all of the communities that we serve and beyond our 6 communities. Folks are very, very generous, and there's absolutely no way to thank everybody sufficiently.
Well, I want to wish you all kinds of wonderful luck in the future and what you're doing, and thank you so, so much. So I want to thank the volunteers, donations, hard work, and people like Patricia Stern and Scott Lewis. Loaves and Fishes will continue to help meet the needs of those they serve. And what would we do without you? I have to ask you this, do you accept gift certificates?
Yes, we do.
Well, our little team here at LCTV would like you to accept 2 gift certificates of $25 each for your Christmas food.
Excellent.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much.
It was easy to do,
There you go.
too. They're all for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.
both for being here. I appreciate it so much, and I feel good about what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's step out of Littleton for a second. Just cross the line down Route 110 and go into Westford, the Westford
Okay.
Regency. I just want to mention this because it sounds really neat for kids. It's called the Candy Cane Hunt. And it's at the Westford Regency, Saturday, December 9th, from 10 in the morning until 1 p.m. It includes free treats, holiday music, a candy cane hunt. The kids make cards and ornaments.
Oh, that
It's
sounds
got to
like
be
fun.
something new. I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, no, I know that they always had the Christmas tree lighting.
They would have a big display of Christmas.
Yeah, but
Lots
I
of
never heard
Christmas
of this one.
trees.
This must be new.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well, good. They're doing something for the kids.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And on a sad note, I saw something in the paper. It's kind of finally hitting home. Indian Hill's going to be leaving. They've broken ground now on Air Road in Groton for their new facility.
Yeah.
I don't remember the final construction date, but kind of hit home with me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't even want to mention it, but
They've been great to have here.
yeah,
And
great neighbors, what
Yeah.
an asset to the town.
yep, yep. So I wonder what will happen to the building.
The new, I know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder who'll
Good looking
get it.
building too.
We need to win the lottery, and then we can get it for the seniors.
We'll talk about that maybe in next month's show.
Okay. You know, to all of you, from all of us at LCTV, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Remember those who need a holiday greeting, and don't forget to hug a senior.